Alright guys, today we are reviewing Nezuko from Demon Slayer. I probably said that wrong, didn't I? I'm a fan, but I don't know much about her or any of the other Demon Slayers. The only reason I know about them is because my 11-year-old daughter loves them, and so this is why I got them. But you know, they're pretty cool, I think. Actually, the detail on these figures is pretty cool. The way they move, it's really nice and fluid. They have really good balance. I like them a lot, actually, and I'm glad I got them. And I watch the cartoons, but I will not read the manga. There's just no time for that at all. But I do enjoy the cartoons, even though they're overly emotional for my taste. The articulation, so let's start with that. She moves really well. Her arms can go up that high, her elbows can bend around that much, and her wrists, man, they're totally articulated so that you can do these really cool poses. You can move those wrists any which way you want and come up with some really good stuff. So I've seen enough of the cartoon to know that when they do their martial arts, their wrists, their hands, they play a big part in it, at least for this character, right? So you can do a lot. Her arms can come up in that much. You can see that's pretty good. It could be better, but that's pretty good. It's because her dress or her jacket is hard. It's not hard, it's plastic, but it's not hard, it's not soft, but it's not soft goods, so it does limit the articulation. She can do the splits, but look, this is impressive. She can stand on one foot. I like that. Here you can see her knee joint. It does bend about 90 degrees. Her ankle, it rotates any which way you want, similar to her wrist, so that when you think of a pose or you want to copy a pose, you can pretty much do it with this figure. The only gripe that I had about it initially was that even though she is so articulated, you can't really do it sometimes because her dress is so cumbersome. And so you're able to do these cool poses, but not really because the plastic is not super soft. And so I had a gripe about that, but then come to find out, they actually solved this issue, which if you stick around, you'll see the solution. But yeah, she can rotate her wrist, her waist, her head. I mean, they do a good job here. And you can strike these cool poses. I really like how this looks. What about you? Let's check out her head sculpts, which is a little different for this figma figure because they're faces, but they're not heads. So they're face sculpts because the head stays the same. This is the one that it comes with. If you remove the faceplate, that's what it looks like. And so you're supposed to remove the piece of hair as well. Right there, you can see where it gets removed. Right there, you stick the faceplate, and then you put that on the existing half head sculpt. So you get 3 different face sculpts and 3 different emotions, which, you know, if I have to be honest, considering how overly emotional the animes are, maybe it should come with like 20 face sculpts, you know, because they show a lot of emotion. Although I feel like these 3 do capture most of the bulk of those emotions, right? They should have a crying one though. Or does she cry? I'm not sure. You guys watch this stuff, right? Tell me. Accessories. So you can remove her skirt. See, this is where it goes in. It comes with one that's really cumbersome. So that's what I was like, man, it so sucks that you can move her so much, but yet you can't. So what they do is they give you 2 other ones, and they even label it left and right so that you put them. And so what happens is you can actually cover it up so you don't see her chonies like that, but you can move these around, and then you can move her around more freely to strike some of those poses even better. The detail on this is just as good as the other one, and they even give you instructions. I mean, some of you might want to pause it here and look at this because they do give you quite a bit for you to follow along. It's got this little peg right there hidden behind her hair, so you don't really get to see it if you don't want to see it. But this is what it looks like, although I took her hands off because look at this. This is cool, the way they package their hands. You'll never lose them. Well, maybe not never, but if you lose them right now, this is totally your fault. This is the ninth pair of hand, well, not a pair, ninth hand. It looks really cool. It's like kind of demonic overtake of her. It looks cool. I like it. It's got that slight orange. The paint job is really nice. I like it. You can see the hands on her. I didn't just want to show you the hands where they come, although to be honest, there's so many hands here that you can do quite a bit with them. These are like clawing hands, open hands. She doesn't really have any accessories to hold, so really there's not much to them except for the shape or the clawing action she's doing, you know? I promised my daughter that we would be taking photos of these really cool figures. I mean, she doesn't care, I care, but she's into it because I'm into it, the photography part of it anyways. She likes the figures. But so with so many hands and so many accessories like her box here, you've got the ability to create some really cool stuff and diverse amount of photos. I mean, yeah, imagine her fighting the clown from Spawn. That would be cool, right? Because he's a demon. So why not? Is she worth the money though? Because she does cost quite a bit if you get her in the US. I got her from Japan though, from this website called Nin Games, and it was still pretty pricey, especially when you add the shipping. But I think it was totally worth it because even though there's a lot of figures of this character, I feel like those other figures are more like statues, and this one is one that you can pose in any which way you want, which is what I want. And if that's what you want, then you should get her. Look, this is how she compares to this dude and Tanjiro. I know that's his name. And I know there's other figures that are on pre-orders, but I'm getting those too. But I know this is the dude that cries a lot. Here she is next to Black Adam and Cyclops from Marvel Legends and Figuarts. And here she is next to a NECA Brooklyn, which maybe she can fight because she thinks he's a demon or something. If you like the box, here it goes. But this is my chance to tell you guys, I spend quite a bit on these figures, and most of them I'm gonna keep. This one, my daughter will keep. So I'm asking if you could subscribe. That would be so cool because I put a lot of effort into these, and I have so many figures to go through, and for some reason I keep buying more. I just bought 2 more. I bought Ryu from Jada Toys, and who else did I get? The integrated suit from Spider-Man. I'm about to go pick them up at Toys in the Box. Thank you, Toys in the Box. Alright guys, thanks a lot. Have a great night. Whoa, wait a minute. I forgot to tell you where to get them, where to get her. So I got her from Nin Games in Japan. $64.97 plus like $10 shipping, came out to like $75. If you're fast, you can get her from Amazon right now for $85, but she normally costs way more than that on Amazon, like $115, which is how much she costs at Big Bad Toy Store. So you can see I saved a few bucks. If you want to do the same, go to Japan.